Salman, guys. So there's a gent on Instagram who sent me a DM. Yo Mia, I think that's his handle. But it's umfana wase Gwanini. And he sent me a DM and he was like, "Hey, brah, thank you so much. I watch your channel. You know, all the most beautiful, kindest words that one can say." And then after he asked if I can do a video around when do you know when you're ready for a relationship, you know. So just for context, he says he's 24. He finds himself a bit busy for relationships, or you know, he gets bored, you know, those type of things, but he actually wants to be in a relationship, he wants to be in love, and he wants to pursue someone. So I was actually initially hesitant when I was actually thinking about it, because I know I've done a video similar to that where I talk about developing yourself, etc., and how you need to do it before you but with that being said, actually, I said, nah, man, because as we grow, as we're on this journey, my views change, you know. So I'm realizing now, because I'm actually split into two, you know, around you developing who you are, who you need to be, versus getting into a relationship. So I'm going to try and hit both of them with this video. So if you want to go back to watch my older views around the 5 pillars, you can, but I'm just going to touch on them now. So the view that I hold, or I had held, was around first working on yourself before you go and because there's so many men out there that see our sisters as a glorified helper, you know, meaning Uguti. There's men that see a girlfriend or a wife in a relationship where someone's going to cook for you, someone's going to clean for you, someone who's going to give you booty when you want to do it, and it's just purely just servicing him, you know, where he is bringing zero to or little to this proverbial table, you know. So you want to get in a relationship because you want constant booty, you want someone's going to fuss over you, you want someone who's going to cook and clean and look after you, you know. And then on the flip side, you've got so many sisters who are wanting to be in a relationship, you know, for soft life, you know. They want someone's son to come and pamper them and buy them this and treat them like this, and at the same time, you know, be their lapdog, at the same time be this pit bull, at the same time be a rich billionaire and Mr. 30-inch dick, you know, all these things, where again he is the one of service to her, which I think in today's time is a majority of what we read on social media. And that's why these relationships last 2 months, you know, because it's literally these rich guys who are there buying bottles and buying handbags, and these slay queens who are just giving back bum, you know. And that's the nature of these relationships, if you look at it in essence, where someone is just wanting bum, someone is wanting bags, you know. We don't really understand what a relationship is for. So I did a video around understanding the pillars that one needs to work on before you go into a different space. So I looked at it from the first one being your financial pillar. You know, are you in a financial space to look after yourself? You know, before you go and you take a lady out to get her nails done, or go out for dinner, or just to assist with the petrol, or whatever the smaller things in a relationship, because relationships can be very, very costly. You know, if you're dating, especially as a guy, you know how Valentine's Day might have hit you in terms of your pocket. You know, the little cute things like, oh, let's go take a picnic at the zoo. You know, zoo entrance is $250 each, so that's $500. A picnic basket with a bottle of champagne, some strawberries, an empty picnic basket is 1,000 rand, just empty. You know, so once you fill it, that picnic can be an easy 2,000 rand. You know, if you break it down, if you had zero. So again, little cute things can be quite expensive. So if you're not first and foremost financially secure by yourself, you can afford your rent, you can afford your car installment, you can afford whatever your standard of living is, plus a little bit additional. I would then say focus on your financial pillar. You know, you don't want to get into a relationship where you as the guy cannot assist because you are drowning in your own financial woes. And at the same time, sister, you don't want to get into a relationship where you see these guys are walking ATM. A lot of guys are now very much ups to that. They don't want to date girls that are financially struggling, because they understand that if she's financially struggling, that means she'll put her financial load on me. You know, so what guys will do is that they'll pretend for a month or two while they're smashing, which they can help you, and then boom, then they'll be gone. Because there's no one that wakes up in the morning, works from 8 to 5, whatever the case may be, just to make sure he can pay your installments and cover your rent. Like, that's just bullshit. You know, so work on that financial pillar. make sure that you are good. You don't have to be amazing, but just good based on your standard of living. I spoke about the physical side, that's a very big one as well. Physically, awufuna ukuthola umuntu omubi, man. Umuntu omubi. Cabanga now njalo uma ufana nentombi yakho, you have to explain why she's so ugly. Don't date her too, guys. Guys and girls, don't date her too. So work on your physicalness, work on your health. Imagine dating a person who's constantly sick. Now you have to go get them pills for this and pills for that. They're extremely overweight. You guys can't go for hikes. You guys can't take walks. You guys can do nothing cute because they're sick, they're extremely overweight, and they're ugly. Work on your physical health, guys. Make sure, Wuti, when you walk with your partner, people must look and say, yes, sis. When your partner walks next to you, they must go, yes, sis. So, yes, go to the gym, eat the right things, drink the water. There's no need to have gout at a young age. There's no need to have diabetes at a young age. Look after your physical health. That's a big one when it comes to relationship. I spoke about mentally here. Make sure that this is a person that you can play 30 seconds with. You want a person with you when the dice rolls and they see something like, I don't know, the Olympic Games. A panic. Olympic, you don't want someone where from a cognitive level is very, very dumb. That person will embarrass you. You take them to work dinners, they can't hold a conversation. They don't know what is currently happening in the South African landscape. You don't need to be a professor, but you need to know that it's an election year. You don't need to be super duper Elon Musk of a guy, but you need to know the basic fundamentals of us holding conversations in the middle class world, if that's where you're trying to be. So the third one is mentally. Have someone who can mentally stimulate and grow you. And again, before you have that person, work on yourself, work on your finances, work on your physicalness, work on your mental game. The third one, the fourth one, my apologies, is around your spiritual and moral alignment. Awuye ukufeba kuqala before ufuna umuntu ongafebi wena yeka nje ukufeba. You can be single but uyisifebe, meaning ukuthi everyone has access to you. Wena unjenge elevator nje abantu bangena up and down kuwena because awunama morals. So first work on your own morals before you expect it on someone else. Make sure ukuthi if you're doing crime to get your money, sort yourself out, be clean. So that umuntu wakho doesn't have to sleep with one eye open because when every now and again sekufika inkabi, sekufika amaphoyisa. Work on your morality, work on your spiritual alignment. Make sure ukuthi you align, you understand who you are, you understand where you come from. Make sure ukuthi umlando wakini you understand. If you're a church person, church. If you're a Muslim person, go to mosque. But have that moral and spiritual alignment. And once you fix that, then obviously in a relationship, you can attract something very similar. But it's very hard when I'm out favor and every weekend I walk or you're partying, you're drinking yourself into a stupor, you're working up with this person, working up with this person, and expect your partner to be different. That doesn't make sense. And then the last pillar speaks about your psychological well-being. Guys, we are all carrying a lot of pain from our previous relationships. We are all carrying a lot of trauma from life, So first sort yourself out, whether you are going to counseling, whether you are going to talk to a priest, whether you're talking to a mentor, but sort yourself out from a psychological point. You cannot take the trauma into the next relationship. You cannot burden our brothers or your sisters because of your ex. Or ex, yeah. Yes, there'll always be baggage that comes across. I'm not saying be perfect, but first try your best, to manage that baggage and that psychological trauma that you are carrying, that we're all carrying, guys. So those are the 5 pillars that I say to people before you start dating. Within yourself, give yourself a ranking system out of 10. Where am I financially out of 10? If you find that you are at a 3 out of 10 financially based on where you would like to be, mature. Because now you're gonna go and look for someone who's a 9 and who's gonna rank yourself out of 10 financially, rank yourself out of 10 physically, rank yourself out of 10 from a mental cognitive point, rank yourself out of 10 from a morality, from a spiritual alignment, rank yourself out of 10 from a psychological point. And then make sure where you've ranked yourself, try and improve, and get yourself 6s and 7s based on that. And then once you have been there, then you can go into the world and present, a great product, and then you can go with your high standards and expect someone with their high standards. But again, if you are broke ass, what the fuck are you doing? Uyohlupha usisi wabantu. What the fuck are you doing? Uyohlupha ubhuti babantu. Abantu bayayisebenzela imali yabo. If you're a fat, ugly, sick person, leave that chick with the six pack and a badunk. Leave her alone, bro. Uyohlupha usisi wabantu. If you know what when you are as verb, leave lo sis lo yesontweni. Awumyeke. You know, so that was always my view just around relationships and when I believe you are ready for relationships. But again, the second part that I'm gonna just chat about is, as I have gone through this journey, my question is it possible for us to develop and grow by ourselves? Or is it for our partners to assist us to get to these levels? So what do I mean by that? So let's go back to these 5 pillars. You know, let's say I'm still a student, you know, is it for my partner to come and assist me while studying? I might be at a 1 out of 10 financially, and then I get into work, and for them to assist while I develop, you know, is it for them? From a physical point, maybe I'm a fit guy and I see a lady that I like, you know, is it maybe part of it that I help her lose weight, I help her on her journey of physical health? You know, so the second one that I've been pondering and I've been sitting on, and I don't have the answers. I've been fixated in that first view that I just spoke about for the past 9 minutes. The second one is new to me in my thinking. Maybe part of life is for you to find someone who can assist you being a better version of yourself. You know, maybe part of life is you to find someone who, as much as you are a whole, is to find someone who has a moral compass so they can assist in leading you. You know, someone who can really say, okay, usuqedile ngokufika stage sakho asiklineke manje khona uzokwazi ukuqonda. You know, yes, you've got a lot of trauma, yes, you've got a lot of triggers, you've got a lot of psychological baggage, but I can help you. You know, I can help you. We can go for counseling. That's the second part. So when someone says, am I ready for a relationship? Before I would have said, use this simple science, yes or no, boom, leave it alone. Now I say, is your heart in the right place? You know, is your heart in the right place? Or do you just want to be in a relationship for the sake of a relationship? Then you're going to go and if your heart's in the right place and you say, look, I'm tired of being lonely and I too want to be happy. Right now, I'm not in the right financial state. Right now, I'm not in the right physical stage. Not morally right, not psychologically, not cognitively right, but I just want to be happy. You know, I've got so much pure spirit and so much pure love in my heart, and I want to share that with someone, and I want that someone to be on the journey with while we grow in these areas. So that's the second part, you know. So please, in the comments, just let me know around the second part and just say, hey, Penton, I hear you, but there are also maybe leeches out there that want to I know the relationship chat is a very, very touchy one, and people feel very, very sensitive because they've been hurt. We've all been hurt, men and women alike, you know. So I'm not blaming one gender over the other. I'm not saying let's point fingers. I'm saying, Witty, how can we go about this? You know, how can we figure out if we are ready? Figure out if you are, if you're ready for that next step, if you're ready to a relationship without really hurting others and most importantly hurting yourself. Anyway, guys, Ngiyantanda, please like, please share, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, share this video as much as possible, and have yourselves a phenomenal day. Ciao.